Leviticus chapter 26. Now you shall not make handcrafted objects for yourselves, neither a carved image nor a pillar shall you rear up for yourselves, nor shall you set up a distinctive stone in your land to worship it, for I am the Lord your God. You shall keep my Sabbaths and reverence my holy things. I am the Lord. If you walk my ordinances and keep my commandments and do them, then I will give you rain in its season. The land shall yield its produce, and the trees of the field shall yield their fruit. Your threshing shall last till the time of vintage, and the vintage shall last till the time of sowing. And you shall eat your bread to the full, and dwell in your land safely. War shall not pass through your land, and I will give peace in the land, and you shall lie down, and none will make you afraid. And I will utterly destroy the bad wild animals' land. You will chase your enemies, and they shall fall by slaughter before you. 5 of you shall chase 100, and 100 of you shall put 10,000 to flight. Your enemies shall fall by the sword before you, for I will look upon you and make you fruitful, and multiply and establish my covenant with you. You shall eat the old harvest of the past 2 years, and clear out the old because of the new. I will establish my covenant among you, and my soul shall not abhor you. I will walk among you and be your God, and you shall be my people. I am the Lord your God, who brings you out of the land of Egypt, that you should not be their servants. I broke the bands of your yoke and made you walk with confidence. Now, if you do not obey me, neither do all these ordinances, but your soul disobeys them and despises my judgments, so as not to do all my commandments, but to shatter my covenant, I also will do thus to you. I will bring difficulty upon you, both the itch, the jaundice, the gangrenous eyes, and the withering away of your life. You shall sow your seed in vain, for your enemies shall eat it. I will set my face against you, and you shall fall before your enemies. Those who hate you shall pursue you, and you shall flee when no one pursues you. Then, after all this, if you do not obey me, I will increase your punishment 7 times more for your sins. I will crush your excessive arrogance. I will make your sky like iron and your earth like bronze. Your strength shall be spent in vain, for your land shall not yield its produce, nor shall the trees of the land yield their fruit. Then, if after this you walk contrariwise and are not willing to obey me, I will bring on you 7 times more plagues according to your sins. I will also send among you the wild animals of the land, and they will eat you, and utterly destroy your cattle, and make you few in number, and your highways shall be desolate. Then, if by these things you are not corrected by me, but walk contrary to me, then I also will walk in hostility to you, and I will strike you yet 7 times for your sins. I will also strike you with the sword, exacting the vengeance of the covenant, and you will flee for refuge to your cities. I will also send forth death among you, and you shall be delivered into the hand of enemies. When you are afflicted by want of bread, 10 women shall bake your bread in one oven, and they shall dole out your bread by measure, and you shall eat and still be hungry. Now if after all this you do not obey me, but walk contrary to me, then I also will walk in hostility to you, and I, even I, will chastise you 7 times for your sins. Then you shall eat the flesh of your sons and daughters. I will make desolate your pillars, and will utterly destroy your wooden handcrafted objects. And I will put your carcasses on the carcasses of your idols, and my soul shall abhor you. I will lay your cities waste and bring your holy things to desolation, and I will not smell the odor of your sacrifices. I will bring your land to desolation, and your enemies who dwell in it shall be astonished at it. I will scatter you among the Gentiles, and the sword shall suddenly destroy you. Then your land shall be a desert, and your cities deserts. Then the land shall enjoy its Sabbaths as long as it lies desolate, and you are in your enemy's land. Thus the land shall rest and enjoy its Sabbaths. As long as it lies desolate, it shall rest, for the time it did not rest on your Sabbaths when you dwelt in it. Now, as for those of you remaining in the land, I will send faintness into their heart in the land of their enemies, and the sound of the shaking leaf shall chase them. Then they shall flee as though fleeing from a battle, and shall fall when no one pursues. Brother shall disregard brother as in warfare, though no one is in pursuit. and you will be unable to withstand your enemies. You shall perish among the Gentiles, and the land of your enemies shall devour you. Now those of you who are left shall be destroyed because of their sins, and waste away in their enemies' land. But if they confess their sins and the sins of their fathers, that they transgressed and disregarded me, and walked contrary to me, and that I also have walked in hostility to them, and destroyed them in the land of their enemies, then their uncircumcised heart will feel ashamed, and they will render satisfaction for their guilt. Then I will remember my covenant with Jacob, and my covenant with Isaac, and my covenant with Abraham. I will remember. And I will remember the land. The land also shall be deserted by them, and the land will enjoy its Sabbaths while it lies desolate because of them. Then they must take responsibility for their lawless acts, because they disregarded my judgments, and their soul abhorred my ordinances. Yet for all that, when they were in the land of their enemies, I did not neglect them, nor treat them with contempt, so as to utterly destroy them and break my covenant with them. For I am the Lord their God, but I will remember their former covenant when I brought them out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage, in the sight of the Gentiles, to be their God. I am the Lord. These are the judgments, the ordinances, and the law which the Lord made between himself and the children of Israel on Mount Sinai by the hand of Moses.